That was a direct. How are you guys doing after the latest partner direct where we saw so much stuff from other consoles popping up onto the Switch 2 in the time between now and basically June or July. Boy, I don't think I've ever felt so minute on direct in a long time. What about you guys?
You know, there was a mix of the yawn. I get the yawn. I'm all here for, man. It's 6:30 in the morning here for me and Steve. There's a mix of stuff we expected, a couple of things we didn't. But yeah, it wasn't like the most exciting direct for sure. But there's some stuff I'm still pretty happy about in here.
And I'm not saying I'm not excited for some of the stuff in here. I'm just saying there's not that. Usually there's that one big thing that really punctuates the direct, and our one big thing was a bunch of old Bethesda games.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Steve?
I think I built my expectations up a bit too much for this one, to be honest. Same. I started thinking about all the possibilities. I was hoping we'd see Metaphor at this direct. There's been a lot of rumors flying around. I'm super happy we got both an announcement and a release date for Rebirth that seem unreasonably close, given how recently we got.
I still need to beat the damn game.
Remake.
That means part 3 news is coming soon, and that scares me. I need to beat this game soon.
Yeah. But other than that, and I think that was my highlight of the direct, and I feel bad saying that. Like, I was hoping games that I really wanted to learn more about, like Orbitals, I feel like I didn't learn enough about. And then there's just loads of stuff that I wasn't interested in this one, unfortunately.
I got to say, us getting a release date for Rebirth on Switch 2 already is pretty cool. Square is cooking over there. And like you said, Derrick, this probably does mean that part 3 news is, if not imminent, coming sooner rather than later. That's exciting. Like both of you, I'm an old, so I have to admit, I was really excited about Bomberman Collection. I was like, man, this is cool. Konami's redemption arc continues. But yes, if the thing I can say most that I'm anchored on is a retro collection, maybe not the most exciting thing, but as an old, I am pretty excited about the Bomberman Collection. I'm not going to lie.
It's neat to have the Bomberman Collection. I don't know enough about Bomberman to know, like, what is the difference between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's one of those things where it's like Bomberman always looks like Bomberman, and I think that's why like the N64 games stand out to me, because I know they have like adventure modes and stuff to really grasp onto. This just seems like variations of multiplayer with a basic adventure mode on it. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Did you ever play Super Bomberman 2 on Super Nintendo?
No, I did not.
Amazing game, man, and this is part of that collection. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'm with you though, Derrick, as somebody who survived the SNES era. Super Bomberman all kind of blended together for me. That was like the game that you had the one friend with the multi-tap, and they would come over and you guys would play it, and you'd be like, cool, and you never really clocked which Bomberman it was.
We also I'm happy that I was predicted like a new Konami collection was happening. Did not expect Bomberman. I don't know if I mentioned it during the predictions about Goemon, which I was right about, but only in the Japanese version.
Right.
And if you didn't see this, there's a massive collection for the Goemon games on NES, Game Boy, and Super Nintendo. I think it's, what do we count, like 13 games in total? Yeah, 11 games. 11 games in total. All exclusive to Japan. It's like, what the hell?
I know.
Bring this to the States. Localize this, especially because a lot of these have not been localized, which is probably why we haven't gotten the collection yet. I'm not going to discount it completely, but I want that. I'd get that in a heartbeat.
now we just need, like, we have that. Now we need Bomberman and Goemon N64/3D collections, right? Like, those games are classics in their own right. So hopefully both of these do well, and we get those 3D collections coming sooner rather than later.
It would be nice. I mean, I have a Japanese account. If I really want to, I can get this thing digitally.
Right.
So, it's what you can do. I feel like you don't need a lot of text for the Goemon games.
No.
Probably fine. So, we'll see what happens there. But I just wanted to mention that because it's like, Konami didn't have one collection in this direct. We had two collections just spread across 2 different directs. So strange enough that it is. But I do want to go back to technically Final Fantasy VII Rebirth real quick, because I'd say Square Enix is kind of the star of this Direct, because not only did they have Rebirth, which is coming shockingly soon, we got a date for The Adventures of Elliot, which is still looking quite good. And that Paranorma site, which I think is also a standout from this Direct, is a Square Enix published game. I missed out on the original because this is actually a sequel.
Right.
The original was The Seven Mysteries of Hondro, which got some really good reviews. And this just seems like a continuation of that. So yeah, it's like, that's a cool, it's a nice B, not B tier, but you know what I mean by like not.
Well, yeah, something a little
success,
lesser. We didn't expect something a little like off the radar, but we certainly didn't expect another Paranormicate game, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
I personally, I'm just happy I was a little like fearful. I was like, could we maybe get an Adventures of Elliot Shadow Drop? And I'm like, please, no, not right now. Like, I'm not ready for it. At the same time, I was like, I'm really excited for this game. So I'm glad a nice happy medium. It's coming in June, early June, before Rebirth, actually. And I'm just glad we got a date for it, because that demo got its hooks in me so hard. And I'm so excited about that game.
I'll say the demo didn't really do a lot for me for Adventures of Elliot, but this trailer really helped me understand a bit more of the appeal of the game. I didn't even know there was like a time travel mechanic to this until I watched this trailer, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that you can pick up weapons from different eras, and it definitely reinvigorated my interest in the game.
Nice.
Yeah. I think there's some good stuff there. I feel like with Rebirth coming out on Switch 2 right around the same time as Elliot, I probably should have tried to get Elliot in like May or April. I feel like it would have a better chance there, because it's going to get buried by.
Rebirth might eat its.
I was going to say, like, if it shouted up today, it's like, well, that's eating it. Like, it's right around the same time as Dragon Quest VII, so that's not bad ideas. But yeah, it's just kind of the way it goes. Looking through the rest of what came out, Orbitals is still looking so just delightful.
I cannot wait. My wife and I just finished It Takes Two last weekend. Amazing game, and we're looking for more co-op games to play. Obviously, Split Fiction's out there, but actually, Steve, I got to say, as fellow fans of 80s and 90s anime, I'm surprised you're not a little more excited about this, because every new look we see at Orbitals, I'm like, this is made for me.
To be clear, I'm very excited for Orbitals.
Okay,
I was just hoping for a solid release date.
Sorry, my misunderstanding.
I think we just got either spring or summer, and I was really hoping we'd get an exact date.
Gotcha. Okay, but you are as hyped as I think
absolutely.
You'd be. Okay,
this is one of my most anticipated Switch 2 games.
It looks so good, man. I can't wait to play this. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm like looking through. I mean, personally for me, I haven't played a bunch of them yet, but Falcom's been on a hot streak lately, it feels like. So Kyoto Xanadu looks pretty good. I've heard good things about Tokyo Xanadu, so this is a nice follow-up to that. Again, throwback to, like, Xanadu has been a series since the 80s, so it's not one you think about, but it's like one of the origin points of action RPGs, which is really funny to think about. So it's nice to see that history, I guess.
One thing I thought maybe we would see here today that we didn't is Expedition 33. I am very confident they're working on that for Switch 2 as we speak. I'd be shocked if they weren't, but I kind of thought we'd see it today, and we didn't. Hopefully we see it sooner rather than later, just because I want more people to be exposed to that amazing, amazing game. But that was one thing I would have predicted had I been on the predictions discussion, and it didn't show up here.
Yeah, neither did Metaphor, which I know Steve
that too. That was a big.
I was hoping for Metaphor deeply. Obviously based on nothing, but
right. We got all these other games coming from the past. It's like the two that you kind of expect the most that fits Nintendo, and it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, especially considering Atlas has been more keen on putting stuff on the Switch the last few years. So I was hoping we'd see Metaphor. The thing for me with this Direct was that there just a lot of the things that were exciting were things that were either very widely expected or things we already knew about, right? Like Bethesda's games are cool and all, but like we knew about most of them. Capcom showing that Pragmata demo was coming. We all kind of knew that. I even said so in my preview that, playing the demo in New York meant that they were probably going to drop the demo itself very shortly, which proved to be true. That's coming out today. I just feel like they're outside of those kind of known quantities. There wasn't a lot in this direct to really chew on. Like we got 2 soccer games. We got a very, blasé looking game about a girl and some dinosaurs. And there's like a weird 4-player co-op mechanic. Just didn't, outside of those heavy hitters, it didn't do a lot for me.
There's RPG fans eat pretty well between Kyoto Xanadu. We got Tales of Arise coming to the Switch too. We've got Digimon Story Time Stranger, which a lot of people really enjoy. Did not expect Grand Blue Fantasy Relink to come back, so I kind of forgot about that they put it on a single player version of that. And of course, we got Monster Hunter Stories 3, so all getting dates, stuff happening. Like again, there's stuff being served, but none of them are exciting because you got 3 Capcom games in there as well with Stories 3, Pragmata, and Resident Evil 9, but they've been such known quantities for months now that it's hard to get excited by those.
I will say though, it is cool that Monster Hunter Stories 3 is getting a demo today. I'm legitimately excited to try that.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea. Stories 3 the Stories games tend to demo well. I would guess it'd be one of those that just carries over progress. It just makes sense to me.
Oh, it does. They said so in the direct that it would carry over.
Nice.
I had Kai with me, so I think he was a little.
No, that's okay. I was in bed, just barely hanging on by the end of the direct.
Right.
I honestly, I kind of agree. I was watching our team's reactions to it. I kind of agree with John. One of the most exciting things here, the console archives and arcade archives too.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Arcade archives too, not bad. We got, here you go, Ash, have some Rave Racer. It just means Ridge Racer Type 3 is coming at some point. Like it's on its way.
Not just Rave Racer though. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Good. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, not just Rave Racer, but Cool Borders, man. We're getting Cool Borders on the Switch too, or Switch 2. That's pretty cool. But I played that to death in the arcades, and to have a home version of Cool Borders is kind of neat. Again, as an old, it's for us olds, but still.
Well, that's the thing is that arcade archives often grabs these very much lesser known titles that you would not expect, or don't have much hope for re-release, or it's its own thing. But to bring that to console archives and have those lesser known games, like who would think to re-release a Doraemon game?
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 2 is a little bit more that. It's like, wait, is that not on NSO? But I guess I don't think it is on NSO. So there you go. If you want to play Ninja Gaiden 2, there's your opportunity, which strikes me as odd, but also, for those who want the virtual console, there you go. That's console archives.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Even if they duplicate some games that are on NSO, this is your opportunity to own those games on Switch 2. And I think that can't really, it's hard to understate how cool that is. Like I'm hoping that we get to see some of the virtual consoles that Nintendo doesn't have NSO apps for, like Master System, TurboGrafx, stuff like that. That's what I really want out of this series. So I'm very happy that Hamster is doing this.
Yeah, it's a great expansion. Arcade archives must be pretty successful because they just keep releasing games. So, and sometimes, it'd be really interesting if they dug into Nintendo's past, because they have worked with Nintendo before. We got Versus Super Mario Brothers, a lot of the Versus games in there from that era. Didn't they re-release that one, what is it? Sky, like Miyamoto's prior game to Donkey Kong, like Sky Kid, or
I think so. Yeah.
I forget the name of the game, but it was like almost nearly lost media, and it got revived through the arcade archives. So to do that with some console games, that'd be pretty sweet.
Oh man, could you imagine if they released Nippon All Night Super Mario Brothers, or one of those crazy limited ones they did?
Yeah.
Oh, what if we actually got Doki Doki Panic?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That'd be really cool, actually. Yeah.
I'd buy a physical of that one by itself.
just to see that original version that, from what I hear, is not as good as Mario Brothers 2, but still, it's the history of it all. But yeah, that's kind of it with this direct. Like there's a few things you can mention. Like, okay, cool, you got Hollow Knight having a Switch 2 version. Great. That's, I think it's a free update as well. So good for them. But it's a lot of stuff that just like doesn't quite click with me, or is just such a known quantity that I've played before, or it's been hyped up, to high end up until this point, or it's just, I don't care about Fallout 4. I don't care about Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So Indiana Jones, maybe, but
yeah, I kept thinking that they were building up to showing off Starfield on the Switch 2, which would have been, it wouldn't have been for me, but I could have understood the hype around that and why you would end the direct with something like that. But I saw Todd Howard and I was like, this is not going to be my favorite
as soon
ending.
As Todd Howard popped up, I think the room, everybody's energy deflated. Is like, oh, this is what we're getting.
I was really hoping that Expedition 33 was going to be the one more thing, but it's not time yet. That's not time yet. That's okay.
Yeah. I honestly though, I sometimes try to, I always try to look at directs through the lens of somebody whose gaming interests don't align with my own. But I'm struggling with this one. Like, I'm struggling to see who might be like, oh, this was a 10 out of 10 direct. I think this is objectively a kind of a lower grade direct. I would give this one like a C-. Like, it was very underwhelming for me. I don't know, unless you're like a big soccer and or dinosaur fan. I just don't know what was in there, that would put this in like a top tier for someone. I think this is at best like a very middling direct.
I think if Switch 2 or Switch/Switch 2 is your only gaming platform, it's a little bit more exciting because you're getting all these games that, up to now have been locked to other consoles like FF7 Rebirth, blah, blah, blah. But for people like us who own multiple platforms and have played a lot of these games already, not as exciting. But if this is the only platform you have access to, okay, kind of cool. But yeah, definitely, this is more Nintendo reminding people like, hey, we got third party support on Switch 2 in a way we didn't as much on Switch 1. Also, as we talk about this, I'm looking at Tokyo Scramble, and I recall that as kind of a weird one-off thing. That looked kind of neat. As something I wasn't really expecting to see here. But I think if Switch is your only gaming platform, or Switch 2, it's a lot more exciting than otherwise.
Yeah, I that's really what it comes down to, is you just need to have that lack of exposure to other consoles or PC to play these games, and that can make it exciting. But I think the more exciting aspect of third party is day and date. Because we're still in, I think that's the deflating part, is we're still in catch up mode. So once we get past all of these ports and whatnot, from older games, then it'll be a bit more exciting to see like, hey, here's Resident Evil 10, on Switch 2 and all the other consoles as well.
FF7 Part 3. I mean, I do like the precedent this potentially sets, is like Rebirth is coming in June. We might be looking at a day and date multi-platform release for games like FF7 Part 3.
Square Enix is totally setting up for that.
Yeah,
they
totally.
I think they even pointed out the fact that 7 Rebirth wasn't multi-platform at release is a reason why it didn't quite perform to expectations. They realized they need to have a multi-platform strategy now. So I think they are setting themselves up to just have that thing available on everything and anything when Part 3 comes out. So
right. And I could be wrong, but I think it recently came out that 7 Remake on Switch 2 outsold the original PS4 version.
I hadn't heard that yet. That's
and so it was either original PS4 or PS5. Somebody correct me in the comments, but I know it outsold one of the PlayStation versions. And I can't imagine Square not wanting to cash in on the Switch user base at launch for that. But I mean, it is cool that we're getting, RE Requiem, Pragmata, those are coming out day and date with PlayStation 5. And so I agree with you, Derek. It's kind of disappointing. Like, because the other bit is, even if you only have a Switch, as long as you have the internet, you've been hearing people talk about these games, on other platforms that they've released on years ago. So there is kind of a deflating aspect to, we're just getting games that weren't possible on Switch, and we're still playing catch up. But I do agree that there's just much more of an element of excitement when you talk about people are going to pick up Resident Evil Requiem on Switch 2 on the same day that it comes out on everything else. And I think that adds a lot of hype and makes it feel more like Switch 2 is an important platform for these publishers.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
It's Switch 2, unfortunately, is still in catch-up mode because, there was that gap from that Switch could not handle. So it makes sense. It's just, unfortunately, it's not exciting. That's really what it comes down to. It's like,
right.
I'm looking at reactions right now. Nobody's excited. The stuff that I'm seeing that people are excited for is the Bomberman collection, is the console archives, and stuff from the Japanese direct that we did not get, such as the Goemon collection. And apparently they're re-releasing UFO: A Day in the Life, which is one of those Love to Lick games. So,
oh wow,
you like
okay.
that, like good time for cult classics as well, but for what we're getting, there's stuff to play if you haven't played it before, but it's not exactly enticing, I guess is the best way to put it.
Sure.
So, yeah. But honestly, I'm pretty tapped. There's not a lot else to say about this. Oh God, there's not a ton. Sad.
It's it was the okayest of directs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There is stuff to play. There is stuff to be excited about on a smaller level, but you don't have that one big game that's like, oh, that's on Switch 2. It's like, oh, that's such a cool idea. That sort of thing. You're lacking that. And yeah, I think if Orbitals had premiered here, for example, if it wasn't shown at the
Game Awards.
Game Awards. Yeah.
Like if it started out with Orbital, it's like, what is this? I think that would probably have increased the effect quite a bit. But as it stands, like I can't point to any one thing. There's a lot of niche things that I like, but I don't think that's a common thing for everybody. Like everybody has that one game that's like, yes, this is cool.
Yeah, like again, if Switch 2 is your only gaming platform, there's a lot here to be excited about, but otherwise, it's just like, okay, we're kind of playing catch up, kind of reaching parity with some third-party stuff compared to other platforms. But it's nice to see some of the stuff here, like Rebirth and such.
Yeah, for sure. So, yep, we'll take a look as the stuff that comes out as it comes. I'm sure everybody's going to be poring over that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer to just see how close it is to the actual thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how Rebirth in particular runs on Switch 2, just because that game is so massive in scope.
Yeah, so should be interesting to see. But otherwise, yeah, that's about it for us for this direct. Of course, let us know what all of you thought. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to GVG, hitting the like button, and ringing that bell. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming with plenty of extra perks. So until next time, bye.